Hello, today I'm going to be showing how to make a USB boot disk for Linux. If you notice, the third tab on here has a search for Rufus. Rufus is the application you'll need for Windows to create a USB thumbstick boot drive. My thumbstick is a 1 gig thumbstick, so I'm going to be using a very small distribution of Linux so that it'll fit on that drive. You may want to go for a different distribution such as Ubuntu, Xubuntu, LinuxMint. Those installations are a little bit bigger ISOs, but they're going to give you a more user-friendly experience. So you'll download the ArchBang if you decide to use ArchBang from SourceForge. And from a Windows machine, you'll want to go ahead and open up Rufus. I've recorded this process previously because it is a pretty long process and I'm going to be skipping through it. But this is just to show you what that looks like. You'll select your ISO in the boot selection, and once you have your ISO loaded, you'll hit start. And most of the default options on that are fine. So I'm going to fast forward through this and show you what the boot menu will look like when you restart your computer and go into the BIOS and change either the boot order or select the image that you'll be booting from. Oh, let me jump back. So this is what my thumbstick looks like in my bootloader or boot menu. And after selecting that, it'll run the startup script. It'll take me to this window where I can select to boot into ArchBang Linux. Very different. ArchBang is already a pre-built installer. Arch Linux, it's a lot bit more involved in the installation process, although there are some quicker installations or I suppose more automated installations, but a lot of folks that build Arch will build it manually because they can select specifically just the things that they need, while some other Linux distributions like Ubuntu will already come prepackaged with a lot of other applications that you may find useful. So this is what the ArchBang desktop would look like. This is also an installer. Um, the if you're on a Mac, it would be the Command key. If you're on Windows, the Windows key, or on Linux, it would be the Super key. That key pressed plus I will get you into the installer where you can actually select your hard drive that you would be installing this onto, your um, your hard drive or your solid state drive. However, there are still some features that you can use if you're just running Linux off of the USB thumbstick. You just want to make sure that you select it individually when you boot your computer from BIOS. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you found this video useful. If you liked the video, go ahead and give me a like. Comments are always welcome. And if you'd like to see more content, you can subscribe to the channel.